I've got the Beauty Below palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics, and I'm going to show you guys a look, show you some swatches, give you my first impression thoughts. So if you guys are interested, just keep watching. Okay, it's Valentine's Day. I did put on some foundation and some eyeshadow primer hours ago because I wanted to try and film this while my kids were awake, but that wasn't going to happen, so I'm going to do it now. And I'm so excited because this is such a fun color story for Blend Bunny. I'm sure you guys have already seen it, but of course, as always, we're going to do close-ups and swatches, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this palette. Introducing the Beauty Below palette. So the theme of this is basically the sirens and how they lure sailors to their death, and basically the darker side of mermaid lore. I think it's also kind of like a sister palette to the Lure palette, which if you guys watched my video from last year, it's my favorite Blend Bunny palette. So overall, I'm really excited to see this theme come back to the Blend Bunny lineup. It's a darker palette, which I think they really needed because a lot of their more colorful rainbow darker tone palettes are discontinued. So it's fun to see this color story. Something about it is just so different from everything we've seen from Blend Bunny recently. So yeah, I think they did a really good job. I also love how they changed up the packaging. There's these really cool, almost like Bratz dolls looking sirens on the front of the cover, and it's a magnetic palette, so it does feel a little bit heavier. That's something I definitely noticed. We've got a beautiful big mirror. So yeah, overall everything looks really good. We have a lot of shades in this palette. So this is 24 shades, and we have equal parts mattes and shimmers. So we have 12 mattes and 12 shimmers, which is a good balance, I think. Now, when I swatched this palette, I decided to do it in quads because I really see this palette being broken up into quads. So I went Devour, Intoxicating, Lull, and Slay right below it. So I guess technically it's in rows, but I really felt like you could do a full look with each of these quads. So Devour is a beautiful dark purple shade. Intoxicating is a deep purpley eggplant shade, and then we have Entrapment, which is a beautiful dark brown. Deadly Fate looked like a really dark taupe shimmer shade. Tempt is a beautiful burgundy, and then Carnivorous is a beautiful purpley eggplanty shimmer. We've got Lull and Slay, which is a beautiful like purple with tons of rainbow shimmers. Beckon is a beautiful mid-tone purple. Her Prey is a beautiful pink gold duochrome shade, and then Abduction is a mid-tone brown. The next shade is a beautiful pink shimmer. Then we have Siren Shriek, which is a matte hot pink. Dark Truth is a beautiful green. Irresistible is a beautiful blue metallic. Take Heed is a beautiful black shade. Cursed is a beautiful black shimmer. Abyss is a dark blue. Pulled Under is a beautiful dark blue shimmer shade. And then we have Mesmerize, which is a beautiful duochrome green brown shade. And then we have Beware the Mermaid, which is a sage green. Trance is a beautiful chartreuse. Murky Waters is like a dirty, I don't even know, like a dirty milk tea shade. And then we've got Immerse, which is beautiful duochrome blue purple. And then Watery Grave is a beautiful mid-tone, cool tone blue shade. So I think I'm actually going to focus on this quad and maybe the chartreuse shade. Don't tempt me with a good time. I will definitely take it, but I do have the Sigma eyeshadow primer on, but I'm just going on with the Milk eyeshadow primer as well, since it's been quite a few hours since I applied the Sigma primer, and the Hydro Grip primer from Milk Makeup is pretty grippy too, so yeah, I think it'll work really well. I'm going to go ahead and zoom the camera in so you guys can see what I'm doing better, and I'm also going to use the new Singe expansion set for the eyeshadow brushes, so I'm really excited about that. Okay, I'm going to start off with this shade called Dark Truth. It looks like a really pretty green, and I grabbed this big old fluffy blending brush from Singe. I feel like this is the best like eyeshadow socket brush for somebody that has really big eyelids, because you're gonna cover a lot of ground with this one. It is the E08. Okay, so I usually don't go in with such a dark shade all over my crease, but I figured I could use the sagey color to kind of like help buff things out. So I'm going to go into Beware the Mermaid, and I'm going to use that just in the crease as well, just to kind of soften everything. This brush, I think, is just a tad too big for my crease. I was like really gung-ho about it because I love a good blending brush, but it's definitely like spreading everything, and it's great, but it's definitely not for like precision. I think this might be a better one for me for highlight. But anyways, we will work it out. We will figure it out. Just my initial thoughts on that. Okay, I'm going to take Angie's flat shader brush. This is the E09. And oh my gosh, there's so many good colors. I want to use all of them. Let's use Irresistible. It just looks so good. I can't. Look at that. Ah! It's so blue. Oh, that's so pretty. Are you freaking kidding me? Look at how that picked up on a brush. It's so beautiful. Teals like this just always get me. I can't resist. Oh, that's so pretty. It's like painful how beautiful that color is. I'm going to take a little bit of Immerse, which is like the really pretty duochromy purpley blue, and just mix that on top. The blue shade is so intense, it's not even doing anything to it. It's like, bam. I'm going to take the shade Beware of the Mermaid on this smaller blending brush from Singe, and I'm just going to blend it into the crease a little bit more. The last shade in the palette is called Watery Grave, and I'm going to take a little bit of that too. Just kind of blend that into the crease as well. Okay, I know this is kind of the most intense looking eyeshadow look I've done in a while, but I'm going to line the waterline quick so I can finish up this look. Okay, so Angie did create a pencil brush, and this is the E11, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to go into the shade Watery Grave, and I'm just going to run that on the lower lash line as well. I did pick a really light seafoam kind of like eyeliner shade because when my eyes look a little bit darker, I like to put in a lighter shade in the waterline because it kind of brightens everything up, or at least I like to think it does. I feel like this eye look is very intense for me. I don't usually do stuff like this, but I feel like since the theme is kind of like sirens and kind of like the darker side of mermaids, I think it's kind of appropriate. Okay, I'm going to take the dark blue shade called Abyss, and we're just going to run that on the outer corner. That was so pigmented. This look is getting way more editorial than I thought it was going to be. But this blue is freaking fantastic. Oh my goodness. Such a great deepening up shade. I could sit here and do this all day. Okay, now I'm going to take Angie's big old blending brush and blend the blue a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit more of the metallic shade, spray it, go in for another quick layer. These metallics are so good. This is so too much, but it's Friday night, it's Valentine's Day, I'm feeling myself, so I need to go find an inner corner shade. And then I'm also going to throw on some mascara and do everything. And I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay, I feel like I really committed to the siren vibes today. But I was like, listen, let me pop a pearl in the inner corner. And then I had a whole bunch of pearls. So I was like, let me just keep going. And there's no real like rhyme or reason to this whole situation. But I was like, why not? I never wear any kind of rhinestone on my eyes, and it's Valentine's Day, it's Friday night. I just felt like it, so don't laugh at me. I was trying to do something different, but let me tell you really quick what else is on my face today in case you guys are curious. So I have a whole heap of products. I did use the One Size Turn Up the Base Full Beat Foundation. Haven't used this in a hot second, so I did go ahead and try it. This is the shade Medium 50, and this is really quite long wearing. I didn't put on like a full layer of this, but I did touch up after because I did like eat and stuff, so I did touch up my foundation afterwards as well, and I really like it. And then I'm wearing my Denona concealer and the Sigma color corrector under my eyes. I really need it. I honestly feel really tired, like I'm so ready to take this off and go to bed, but I think this palette is getting revealed tomorrow, so I wanted to have something to post. And I'm wearing my Charlotte Tilbury powder. I did break into my Natasha Denona blush and highlighter. I hadn't used this yet, so I did try it. This is so pretty. This is the shade, oh my gosh, this is the darkest shade. I don't know what color this is, but I did pick this up quite some time ago. I have so many blushes to try out, and the new Denona blush shades were on Sephora today as an app exclusive, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy it because I have so many blushes still, and I just have no business buying any makeup right now. So I decided to pass. It's been a rough day to be on the Sephora app. I was like trying to avoid it because I knew I'd get tempted. So anyway, wearing the Natasha Denona blush, it's so beautiful. And then I used a little bit of this Urban Decay highlighter as well because I want it to be extra glowy. And then for bronzer, I'm wearing the ColourPop Stick Bronzer. This is in the shade Rincon Point, and then my Physicians Formula bronzer. And my lip combo today is kind of random. I'm wearing a e.l.f. lip liner, which I had somewhere over here, and now I can't seem to find it, but I'm wearing an e.l.f. lip liner and the Blend Bunny and Robert Welsh lip oil in the shade Betrayal. This is so pretty. It's like a purpley shade with tons of purple blue sparkles, so I thought it would really go with this look. But yeah, that is everything that's on my face today. Now, I don't have time to do multiple looks with this palette because, like I said, I think it's getting revealed tomorrow, but let me give you guys just like some first impression thoughts, and then depending on when this is actually going to be available for sale, I'll probably try and do some more looks with it. I definitely think you can do a mean neutral look with this palette because there are some pretty neutral shades in here as well. So yeah, it'll be fun to play with it some more. I really think this palette looks so different from the other Blend Bunny palettes, so I feel like they've really taken it up a notch. Definitely looks more like the vibe of their plastic palette that they came out with not very long ago. So yeah, I think they're kind of in this new era, and I'm so excited to see it. I did see, I think they posted too that they're getting a new warehouse, so big things are happening at Blend Bunny, and it's very, very exciting. Since they are a creator-owned indie brand, I think it's just so cool to see them getting so big. So let's talk packaging really quick. There's this beautiful like holo all over the packaging. We've got these gorgeous sirens. I know all the information is on the Blend Bunny Instagram, like who the artist is and stuff like that. I know she kind of had mentioned in one of the posts that she was designing lure and she really felt like she could keep going, and so I can totally see the inspiration for this palette. So this is like Lure's just darker older sister, I feel like. So that's the story I'm telling myself. But yeah, this is just like very upgraded packaging. So the details are raised here and everything's just like a little bit more custom. So I love that. And then on the back, we've got the ingredients, and it has the net weight, which is 32 grams, I believe, and then 1.10 ounces. And it says it's made in China, 12-month shelf life, it's vegan. All of the ingredients are on the back here as well. So if you're into all of that information, it's on here. There's also a box packaging. I did take mine off, of course. And then, like I said, there's a beautiful big mirror, and on here it says Beauty Below. So yeah, super pretty. I even love the fact that they just like did this like silver border around each shade. I feel like it just takes it to another level. So I don't know how much this palette is, but I'm very curious because I feel like just from the upgrades I'm seeing, it's probably going to be a little bit more, but I'll also be pleasantly surprised if it's under like $60, I would say, and maybe it will be because I don't think there's like any multi-chromes in here or any like extra special shades. We have some duochromes and really pretty metallics, but I think that we're going to see a lot of brands do less multi-chromes to keep their palettes more affordable. That's just like my prediction. So we'll see if that's what happens. But yeah, I don't know when this is launching or how much it's going to be, but I will say it was beautiful. My goodness, the deep shades are so pigmented. That blue, I was like shocked. Like I was expecting some pigmentation, but it was like so pigmented, so dark, but it also blended really nicely. So I would say with this palette, if you are just getting into makeup and you're afraid of dark shades, I think proceed with caution on this one because it is a very deep color story and sometimes it can be a little hard to make these shades more everyday. But I do think there are some light shades in here as well, so it does have some good balance to it. You could also pull in like your favorite pastel palette and help lighten things up if you want to go that route. The metallics are so pretty. I cannot wait to play with this shade. I really wanted to put this on my eyes today as well, but I just didn't think it would work with the colors I was using. So I only have like 3 or 4 eyeshadows on my eyes today, but I'm kind of digging it. It's definitely more grungy than what I usually do even here on my channel, and I do not fear color at all. Like, I love wearing colorful makeup, so I feel like this is definitely just like a more moody version of myself, but I'm here for it. I could even say it was inspired by the cover actually because the vibes are here. So anyways, those are kind of my first impression thoughts on this palette. If I have any launch details, I will put it in the description box for you guys. In case you didn't know, I am a Blend Money affiliate, so this palette was sent to me, and I do have a affiliate code with them. It's KHMAKEUP, and you can use that anytime on the Blend Money website to save. You don't have to use my code. I just want to let you know, in case you're shopping, you can use a code. Use somebody's code, save yourself some money, and it's a great way to support your favorite creators as well. If you don't want to spend any money, you could also just like this video, leave me a comment. Just a mermaid emoji will do if you can't think of what else to type. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me out here on YouTube. I hope you guys are having a very pleasant day, and I will see you in a new video very, very soon. Bye, friends!